everyone, welcome back to the channel. So this time we are hitting road again from Emerald City skies to the land of maples. And our first stop is exploring the beautiful Vancouver. So stay tuned. From Seattle to Vancouver, it's about a 2.5 hour drive, depending on the border wait, but honestly, it's such an easy and scenic route. We are officially crossing the border, and this Peace Arch is a historic monument and park that located at the US-Canada border. Feels kinda surreal, going from one country to another just by driving. And that's it. Welcome to Canada. The scenery instantly changes a bit. Mountains peaking in the distance and the classic Vancouver vibes already showing up. Here we are, finally entering Vancouver. The drive was super smooth and honestly, the view just keeps getting better as you get closer to the city. Can't wait to start exploring from Gastown to Stanley Park. There is so much to see. Here we come. Our first stop, the famous Gastown Steam Clock. Gastown is one of the oldest and most charming neighborhoods in the Vancouver. Known for the cobblestone streets, the little cafes and all the historic vibes here. And of course, the famous Gastown Steam Clock, probably one of the most photographed spots in the city. It is powered by steam and whistles every 15 minutes. Super cool to watch up close. If you're exploring downtown, this is a must stop, and the whole area around it is full of restaurants and local shops, so definitely worth walking around for a bit. Wandered around the area and stopped for donuts and coffee before heading to our next stop.
Thank you.
Well, it's time to hop back in the car and head over to Stanley Park, one of Vancouver's most iconic spots. First time in Canada and yes, doing all the touristy things. Stanley Park. You get a mix of lush greenery, the ocean, and some really good spots for photos. Wow! Look at this view. You can see the Vancouver skyline framed by the water and the mountains. Whether you are walking, biking, or just taking it all in, the skyline view along is totally worth it. Honestly, it's amazing to see how this huge green space exists right in the middle of the city. People are jogging, cycling, walking their dogs, or just chilling on the benches. Here, you have got the forest trails, ocean views. It's like the city takes a deep breath here. Perfect spot to pause and soak it all in. And a cool little spot tucked away in the park, the Stanley Park Lighthouse. And it's time for some good food. We are here at Indian Cuisine. Honestly, food like this makes the trip even better. It's not just about the sights, but also all the flavors along the way. And our last stop on today's Vancouver adventure, the Capilano Suspension Bridge Park. Walking across the bridge is such a thrill. It sways just enough to make you feel it, but the views are absolutely worth it. You get this amazing perspective of the river below and the lush forest all around. Definitely a must visit if you're in Vancouver. Capilano Suspension Bridge is the perfect mix of adventure, nature, and just soaking in those unforgettable views. It is like walking through a storybook. Don't miss the treetops adventure, swinging bridges, and walkways high up in the trees. Perfect spot to slow down, take in the forest, and get those Instagram-worthy shots. Well, there is more than just the bridge. Like the Living Forest exhibit, it's where you learn about the trees, wildlife, and the crazy ecosystem that makes this rainforest so special.
Yeah.
Did you know some of these trees are over 1500 years old? Whoa! Just when I thought the main bridge was the highlight, yeah, we are at the Treetops
Wow.
Adventure. It's like walking through the forest, but in the sky. To the cliff walk. This narrow walkway hugs the granite cliffs and gives you this insane perspective of the canyon and the river. It's a mix of thrilling and peaceful, like walking above the treetops while the water rushes far below. Capilano is definitely one of those places where a few hours just aren't enough. You will want the whole day to enjoy it fully. And if you need a break, there are cute cafes and picnic spots to grab a bite or just chill and soak it all in. Honestly, you could spend hours exploring every corner, the trails, the viewpoints, and all the little surprises along the way. Trust me, kids, this park is like a giant playground, but in the middle of a beautiful forest. Before you head out, don't forget to swing by the gift shop. Tons of cute souvenirs. A sweet little way to end your day at Capilano. What a way to wrap up our day. Grab some to go bites to keep the adventure rolling. After a long day of driving and exploring the beautiful Vancouver, we finally made it to our first stay at Clearwater in British Columbia. Clearwater has that small town charm, peaceful views, fresh air, and everything you need for a comfy stopover. It's day 2 and today we are heading to Jasper National Park. This stretch is one of the most beautiful part of the trip. Mount Robson is the tallest peak in the Canadian Rockies, and trust me, it's worth every second of the stop. Winding roads, rivers, and those mountain views that just keep getting better with every turn. Every few miles, there is something new. Of course, we had to stop for a few quick photos. You just can't drive past views like this. Here we are, entering the another county, Alberta. Jasper National Park, a place that's been through a lot recently. In 2024 summer, the park and the nearby town endured one of the worst wildfire in its history. Driving through, you really feel the mix of sadness and hope, like the park is healing one day at a time. We checked into our hotel and decided to stretch our legs with a little stroll around the town. We had our lunch at this cute restaurant, which is located in the heart of the town. Exploring a new town on foot is honestly one of the best ways. Made a quick stop at the grocery store to grab some milk. Sometimes the little errands are part of the adventure too, to soak in the vibe, the sights, and all the little details that make it feel special. Wildfire changes the landscape. Many trees have fallen, and some trails or areas might still be unsafe. On our way to Medicine Lake, and guess what? We came across mountain goats just chilling by the roadside. Totally unexpected, but such a cool surprise. Plus, spotting bear. The coolest thing about driving around Jasper is spotting wildlife along the way. You never know when you will see elk, deer, or even a bear just hanging out near the road. Medicine Lake. You can literally hear the wind, the birds, and nothing else. And being here, witnessing that recovery feels pretty special. Feels like one of those spots where time just slow down. Fun fact, Medicine Lake actually drains underground through a cave system, so its water level changes throughout the year. Pretty wild, right? This might be one of my favorite stops so far. Peaceful, scenic, and the kind of place that reminds you why road trips are so worth it. This place is something else. The water looks different depending on the season, and today it's giving the most peaceful vibes. Mountains all around, quiet air, and just pure beauty. Whether you are here for wildlife, scenic drives, or just some quiet moments in nature, Jasper never disappoints. Every turn feels like a new postcard moment. Last stop of the day is Athabasca Falls, and wow, the power of this place is unreal. The water rushes through so fast you can literally feel the mist in the air. Good morning, everyone. It's another day, and the morning we begin taking Maligne Lake cruise and exploring the nearby areas. So, without any further delay, here we roll the day. We reserved the morning cruise at Maligne Lake, and honestly, best decision ever. The air is cooler, the lake is calm, and the views hit different in the morning light. Perfect way to start the day before the crowds roll in. Water here is unreal. That perfect turquoise that doesn't even feel real. The whole ride is super calm and scenic with the mountains all around and the coolest glacier fed water. The standard cruise is about 1 hour and 30 minutes total. That includes ride out and back. On that cruise, you typically get about 15 minutes. Dock at or near Spirit Island for photos and to take in the views. But if you want a more relaxed visit, there is also a premium cruise option. Of course, the highlight is Spirit Island. The moment it appears, it's like wow, total postcard moment. Such a peaceful, beautiful experience. Definitely a must to do when you are in Jasper National Park. You only get a short time here, but it's enough to take in the view and feel how special it is. The water around the island has that bright turquoise color because it's glacier fed, and when the sunlight hits it, it almost glows. Next day, we started our journey from Jasper to Banff, and honestly, this drive is one of the most beautiful in the world. First stop, Sunwapta Falls. Then we continued along the Icefields Parkway, and every turn is just mountains, glaciers, and the views that don't even look real. Had to stop a few times because the scenery was too good to drive past, and the easy to stop spots on the entire drive. Bow Lake is right off the Icefields Parkway, about 30 minutes from Lake Louise. View of the stunning Crowfoot Mountains and the Bow Glacier. Super easy access. You can literally park and walk to the lake. Next up was Patel Lake, that stunning wolf-shaped lake with the crazy turquoise color. The viewpoint is so worth the short walk. Alright, we are finally on our way to Banff town. Ready to chill, grab some food, and just enjoy the vibes of this cute little mountain town. Stay with us, the best part is coming up. Checked in, unpacked, and call it a night after a full day of traveling from Jasper to Banff. We finally made it to Banff. Check into the cutest town surrounded by the Rockies. Time to explore the street, grab some food, and let's see what Banff has for us. We started walking down Banff Avenue, the main
Thank
street with all
you.
the restaurants, coffee shops, and those postcard views. Town of Banff is a small resort town located inside Banff National Park in the Canadian Rocky Mountains. Tourism drives the local economy with millions of people visiting each year. It is touristy? Yes, but honestly, the views make everything worth it. Banff town definitely has its own charm. Bow Falls is a wide, powerful waterfall on the Bow River located just outside downtown Banff. Well, this is Surprise Corner, a famous scenic viewpoint in Banff, set against the backdrop of the Canadian Rockies and the Bow River below. Ended the day with a quiet drive to Emerald Lake, calm water, soft light, and pure magic. Next day, our morning began with a little adventure in Banff, a pony-led ride that was perfect for kiddos and first-timers. Gives you the prettiest mountain views without any effort.
Bye, Mira.
And later, we had our schedule lined up for Lake Louise and Moraine Lake. For Lake Louise, parking is limited and often fills up early, so plan accordingly or take shuttles or public transit. But for Moraine Lake, private cars aren't allowed up to Moraine Lake. You must use the Parks Canada shuttle or licensed tour. Since they are the top two spots in Banff, we took the option Parks Canada shuttle. It departs from Lake Louise Ski Resort Park and Ride. One ticket gives you access to Lake Louise, Moraine
Yeah.
Lake, and return trip.
Black bear, right, Mira? Few days back.
And yes, definitely it is a touristy, so do expect a crowd. Made it to Lake Louise. The water is this unreal turquoise, and the whole place just feels so peaceful. Thing here feels straight out of a postcard. And next stop, Moraine Lake. Honestly, nothing prepares you for how blue this water really is. Walk up to the rock pile for the classic view, and the color, the mountains, and the quiet. It feels like you are in a painting. And that's a wrap on our Banff road trip. Incredible views, lakes, trails, memories that we will never forget. Next stop, heading back to Seattle with a quick detour at Natural Bridge.
Yeah, Mira.
Thanks for watching, and please do like, share, and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.